Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. So if you are already subscribed, thank you. I know it's been a long time since you've seen me. If you're new, welcome. So this basically is going to be an introductory video for my channel. Just kind of a story time letting you guys know what the is going on. So what this video is going to be, based on the title, you can already tell this is going to be a story time, just letting you guys know how and why I quit my job of 6 years during the coronavirus pandemic to be my own boss. I voluntarily resigned from my position at my job, and my well-paying job at that, to focus on my own business. So just a little bit of backstory. I started working an actual job at 16 years old. At the age of 16, my mom got me my first job at a grocery store. It was kind of tradition in my family. Me and both my older sisters, as soon as we were able to work, my mom, she kind of had the hookup, and she was able to get us in to start working. Before I was actually able to work, at school, what I used to do was fill up a duffel bag. I was going around the building and I was selling candy. So I was that girl. Before I could actually work, I was going to make some money. Starting to work at the age of 16 and being taught that if you don't work, there's no way to pay bills. If you don't work, you can't buy the things that you want. It's true to an extent, but I guess the form of work that I was conditioned to believing was the only way, is what I disagree with, and what I had to, and what I'm having to unlearn. It was good. It was a positive thing on one hand because, of course, I'm being taught responsibility. I'm being prepared for life. This is what most people do, right? Most people, they work a job until they retire. So that's what my mom did. She got me my job so that I could get used to life. But on the other hand, I never got that chance to kind of see what it is that I can do in order to actually bring in money. There are things that I've always had a passion for, or that I've loved to do, that kind of got put on the back burner, because real life kind of hit me early on. At 16, when the bell rings for everybody to get out of school and everybody's hanging out, getting ready to go to their friend's house or doing whatever, I was taking off my school uniform shirt and putting on my work shirt and changing into my work shoes so I could go straight to work from the school. And at the time, I thought I was so cool. You could not tell me nothing. I thought that was the way that it was supposed to go. But what that really did was close off my mind and really cut off my creativity to the fact that I have other capabilities, that there are other things that I do well that I could literally make a living off of. I pushed all that to the side because that's not the real world. You work. You get your check, you pay your bills, that's it. Basically, that's what I was thinking. So from 16 to 18, I worked at that grocery store. I ended up quitting and going to a different grocery store doing stocking, and that didn't last very long because I ended up finding out that I was pregnant. I moved out of my mom's house as soon as I graduated. I was ready to go. So I left, and I ended up having my daughter 4 days before my 19th birthday. I had went through a terrible breakup with her dad. I was back at my mom's house and I was lost and confused, honey, to say the least, okay? What I did was, as soon as I had her and as soon as my 6 weeks was up and I was able to get back to work, I got right back to it. I didn't have a job to go back to. I ended up losing my job stocking. That's a whole for a whole nother reason, for a whole nother video. Okay, that's a different story time. But I ended up losing my job, and so I had to do whatever it is that I needed to do in order to make some money. So I was signed up for temp services. I'm talking about I was working warehouses. All of those things were brief coming and going. I worked the door at the strip club for a weekend. Ooh, that's a whole nother story time too. But I did almost anything. I was trying to figure out what it is that I can do to put not only me now, but me and my child in a better position. So at one of the temp jobs that I worked at, somebody actually told me about the company that I ended up working for 6 years. You know, like you should try it. And I was at this time, like I said, I was 19. I had only worked for grocery stores. It didn't even register in my mind that I didn't have to work that hard in order to get even more money. So I ended up applying for an entry level position as a telephone agent. So coming from a background where I have to cashier and stand on my feet and lifting heavy items, heavy boxes, placing things, bending back and forth from shelves, climbing on ladders and all of that, to just sitting down, literally just having to sit down and talk. And they were paying me like $3, $4 more. I I hit the jackpot. I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'm good. This is where I'm staying. But it was a temporary position. When you were hired on, they let you know, hey, this is only temporary. During the open enrollment season, where everyone is able to actually change their insurance, we get really busy, so we need all of these people. Once our volume is down, we don't need you anymore, so we're just gonna fire everybody. So they set that expectation early on. Once we got to the job, our trainers were letting us know if you do well, if you exceed performance expectations, there's a possibility that you could stay. And from that point, I said, you know what? I work here. I work here, and that's just that on that. So, yeah. So, and I did. I did. At the end of every season, at the end of every busy season, they would let go of people that they no longer needed. And I was never let go. And I ended up staying for 6 years. So I told myself that this is my job, and it was. And I ended up holding many other positions after that. I went from a phone agent to a supervisor of phone agents like myself, to being a trainer, to someone who actually teaches incoming agents how to do the role and how to function in a job. And I learned so much. After dedicating myself, risking time away from my family, risking time away from my daughter, as well as other sacrifices that you make when working at a job, not wanting to call off because you feel an obligation or whatever. I felt like this time was coming. I started my business, Life Goals Boutique, in April of 2019. And so many things have happened since then that kind of took my focus away from my brand and away from my business and making it everything that I know that it will be. My focus shifted from that, and I wasn't able to put everything into my brand like I should have been doing. And as time has progressed, I've just kind of realized that I have to do more. When you don't feel valued, or you don't feel like you are fulfilling your purpose, it can be hard to be happy. It can affect other things or other areas of your life that it should have no effect on. 1 minute. Okay. I have been feeling like I was going to let it go for a while because Spirit told me to move. I felt a wrongness just in my everyday life. Like I'm being held back, like I'm not doing what it is that I know I'm capable of. So um I knew the time was coming soon. I planned for the time to come soon. I had put my ducks in a row as far as my finances and things and what I needed to do in order to make this work, in order to even be able to do this. But I didn't plan to even quit when I did. What made me quit was I had an accident mid-August. So I've been going to the chiropractor for 2 months. I had appointments for the chiropractor, appointments for MRIs. I had to do all of this other stuff. So I figured out I was eligible for a leave. I ended up taking it. For whatever reason, something happened where they didn't pay me. The day that I quit, September 25th, I received a check that was half, half of what it should have been. So they only paid me for 1 week, 2 paychecks in a row. I got paid every 2 weeks. So imagine for a whole month, you just get half of what you should have gotten. But you still got whole bills. So make it make sense. Then Friday, I got up, I checked my account like I usually do. I'm ready to pay some bills because, like I said, the check before that was short. I checked my account and it's half a check. So I'm livid, right? Of course. And I started trying to reach out to the appropriate channels to get the situation rectified. And when I say no one cared, no one cared. Like, nobody gave a beep. Like, nobody cared. What really upset me about it was that maybe I didn't expect them to care originally, but when I told them I cannot wait 2 additional weeks for this money, things are behind. Our livelihood is at stake. Please help me. I've been with the company 6 years. Can someone please help me? They just said, okay, well, that's policy. Nobody said, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate for you. Sucks. Like, nobody said anything. Just whatever. And that was it. That was all I needed. Because people say it all the time, but these companies do not care about you. They don't. Business is business. And that's the way that I have to look at my business. Life Goals Boutique is a business. And if I am dedicating 40 hours of my week to Bob and Tim, Life Goals Boutique is not going to flourish the way that I want it to. It's giving me chills right now to think of what I can do for myself in 6 years. It takes a level of belief in yourself, and that's really kind of what I'm going through right now. Like I said, I quit September 25th. Today's October 12th. And honestly, I have been just trying to get my mind right. Like, trying to take a moment to relax because I've been working since I was 16. Like I said, I'm 25. When am I going to invest that same belief in myself that I would invest in someone else? If I can dedicate 6 years of my life to someone else's company, hold multiple positions, excel in whatever it is that I try, and also learn techniques and business models and things from them, and I can't apply it to myself, then what am I doing? At what point, if not right now? I'm kind of still trying to like wrap my cabeza around it. Like, I really quit. Things I did that. So, if you'd like to see how this turns out, if you'd like to see what's coming next, and you want to follow me along my journey, go ahead and subscribe. If you like my hairpins, my t-shirt, they're both from www.lifegoalsboutique.com. I'm going to put the link in the description for you guys, as well as my socials, my personal and my business, so you guys can connect with me and see what I'm posting when I'm not on YouTube. Also, if there are any video ideas you guys have for me, please go ahead and comment. If there's anything you'd like to see from me, any story times you want me to tell, if you have an encouraging word, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for your support. I look forward to talking to you more.